Now I'm going to show you a closed-ended cast-on, which you'll need 2 double-point needles, or you can use, like I've been using, a circular needle. I like to use the circular needles just so I don't lose my needle when I drop it. But I like this, like the double-pointed needles. I would show you in a bigger size, but this is the biggest size I have, which is a size 5. This one is used for toe-up socks. I've also used it on flower petals on a hat I made. They look like this. This is where I did the closed-ended cast-on, and then from here I knitted up, and it's knitting in the round, so I knitted up and increased every so often, and then decreased, and then that's another video. It's not my favorite. I find it kind of difficult. But you grab your string and you make a loop, because you're gonna use the backward loop method. You don't want to pull your slip knot too tight. You want it to be kind of loose, so that you can get your needle in there, because that counts as one of your stitches when we come back through, that you're gonna have to go back through. And with this, if it tells you to cast on 10, you want to do the double with backward loop. You want to cast on 5, because since you're knitting in the round, you'll have 5 on this needle, and then 5 on this needle, and then you'll place your stitch marker, and then you'll just go around just like knitting in the round. Which, if you haven't done that yet, it's my favorite kind of knitting, because you can do a lot. So you just do your backward loop. We'll do a cast on of 10, so we'll do a backward loop of 5. There's 4, 5. And then you're gonna just take your other needle and you'll knit 5. Just go across and knit 1 row. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I just cannot keep these needles centered. Sorry, it's my first video I've ever done. And there's 5. And this loop, don't worry about it being so big and ugly if it happens. Big and bulky there. Then you turn your needle, and then you leave your stitches on top. You put your cast on up top, so it's like a little fish fin. Then you take your other needle and you come into your loop somehow, however you find it easiest, and you knit. This is my least favorite part of this. I'm gonna go there. That worked better. And sometimes I'll take another needle and just bring it up and over. That turned out to be my pull string on my slip knot. So there's 1, and you'll do it 4 more times. So you take it and go through here, you find the loop, there's 2, there's 3, that makes 4, here is 5. And since that's where you originally knitted across, it might be a little tight. So there is your cast on row. And if you can see, I'm having problems focusing my camera. It is actually knitted. This is the front. There's a little knit row there. You can see, kind of see the little V's in the video. And then I normally just, you flip your needles around, push them both down, and then this one is the end of your first row. I always kind of stick a stitch marker in here for a few rows, and then you take it. This is a 3-needle knit project, so I always just leave the bottom needle. I pull it all to the middle so I don't drop any stitches, because that is fun. There's that. You pull it to the middle and push your top needle, and then in the round you knit differently. I'm not going to go into that right now because I plan on making a video for knitting in the round. But then you'll just go across, you'll knit. When you get to here, you just flip your needle over, push the bottom needle to the middle, push the stitches to the middle of the bottom needle, and then you push your top needle to the end, knit across, and that's row 2, or actually row 1. That would be considered row 1, because cast-ons don't necessarily count as a row. And then you've got a nice little clean. If it's this, you'll have to sew this string on, so you want to make it long enough that you can sew it in later. And then you've got this nice little. You see it better that way. Got a lot of sun glare coming in today. Maybe if I. Nope, that doesn't help. But there you go. Those are the cast-ons I know of. I plan on making more left-handed knitting tutorial videos, because I'm pretty sure I crochet right-handed. If you have any requests, you can leave them in the comments, or if you have any comments on how I did it wrong, go ahead and tell me so other people know, because I just do what works for me. I watch videos on YouTube all the time, and when I'm doing knitting, usually I find right-hand videos, and I have to reverse them, which I can do pretty well, but I don't know that all left-handed people can do that. So I wanted to go ahead and make a left-handed knitting channel, and if you found this helpful, that's great, love it. If not, I'm sorry. Maybe there's someone else who will follow my lead and make more left-handed videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.